Om Namah Shivaya. Good evening, everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. All the people online. Today we're supposed to do the program in San Francisco. We cancel. So this evening satsang we dedicated to all the San Francisco yogi and yogini. Yeah? And we have somebody, Leon Vasudeva from Mexico, is here, long time no see. And then we have different people from different places. So thank you. And Vasudeva also from Los Angeles. Rama from San Francisco, LA Center. Colleen, I'm not sure where you're from.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Saraswati, I'm not sure you're from.
Just outside Sacramento.
Oh, Sacramento. Okay, very good, thank you. And here we have the advanced TTC students in their 4th week, entering into their 4th week. Yeah, they almost become enlightened. They get up at 4:30. They do pranayama at 5 o'clock with Swami Adi Pasakti. Every day, 4:30 wake up, 5 o'clock pranayama, until 6 o'clock satsang, all day going on. Okay, so the question tonight is, who am I? So I wonder if they do all this pranayama, they know how to answer that question. I am. Okay, so the most important question that one need to ask is that question. And then people would say, why I have to ask the question, who am I? I know who am I. I live with myself for so long. All day long I've been saying I. So why I have to ask the question, who am I? Am I crazy to ask the question, who am I? So I would tell you the story, the classical story, Vedanta story, about a snake and rope. Remember snake and rope? Yeah. So a rope is there lying in front of a door. But in the dark, you come and you don't see that is the rope. In the dark, you don't see, you're not quite sure. What is it? So you project the idea that this is a snake. And then what happened? The moment you think it is a snake, then what happened? You got very scared. And then you jump in fright. Snake, snake, and you run away. And you find Swami Adi Pasakti. He's not afraid of snake. Can you please help me? And he come with a flashlight and look. And you discover, oh, it's just a rope. All the fear disappear, you realize it's just a rope. So think about this, the rope always have been there. Yeah? The rope did not become a snake, and the snake did not become a rope. So where does snake come from? If the rope always have been there, where does snake come from? The snake come from? Come from the mind, yeah. The snake come from the mind. Ananta say, come from the subconscious. He's more sophisticated, he say, from the subconscious. And from maybe some memory of the past of a snake. So then it's imprinted, because something that is very impressive to our mind get imprinted in our mind. and then it plays out again. And you seize it when you see something similar to the situation. So you projected this idea that comes from the subconscious mind onto the reality that is quite completely different. But the problem is we react. Yeah? We laugh, we cry when we see something that bring back some fear, some memory, until the light comes. The light is like knowledge, awareness. When knowledge comes, when the light comes, then the truth is revealed. Because it's always have been there. It's just being revealed. Its true nature is revealed. So, apply this story to the self, to the notion of I, of who am I, then I always have been. I always exist. I is the only reality. I am the truth. I am. There's no moment that I am not. But why you don't see the I am, and sometimes people lose the sense of self completely, and they do things harmful to the self. We say tamasic thing or rajasic thing. They can hurt the self, destroy self-destructive habit, or you can chase after something that you think it's yourself. You know? And then after some time, you drain yourself out, and then you realize, no, it's not myself. I've been chasing after what? The shadow or some kind of imagined idea of who am I. You get exhausted. So, the self always have been and always is. That means yourself always exists, but the superimposed idea of yourself took place and make you see something, like you see the snake instead of seeing the truth of the rope. So you see something of yourself that is not real, that is not true. And then when you see the snake, then you get scared, yeah? You react, you run, and then you eventually realize. Yeah? So this is the story of our life. We all the time react, get scared, get distraught, get angry, get desperate, because we see the superimposed fiction idea of what we think we are. We see wrongly, like we see a snake instead of a rope. Ananta just realized something. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you realize. But you need to realize all the time. Because we realize and then we forget. We realize and we forget. The snake come back. We bring the light and you see, oh, stupid me, it's just a rope. I got scared for nothing, I almost have a heart attack. And then next time you about to enter the house again and again, you saw the snake. So you thought, oh, last time I almost have a heart attack, but really it was just a rope. Snake or rope? Rope or snake? Snake or rope? But the memory of the past and the fear of the past is stronger than the memory of your mistake. Yes? So you hesitate, and you say, better call Swami Adi. Shakti with the light again. And he's not happy because you disturb his asana. But he lend you the flashlight. And then you come and look. And again, you say, yeah, it's like what I thought. It was just a mistake again. Why I see this? Why I keep seeing this? Yeah? You get upset at yourself. Yeah? But then the third time comes. What do you think? What do you think? Ooh, it takes a long time before you wake up. Snake or rope? Snake or rope? Is true? Not true. Should I react? Should I react or not? The force of habit. So it is said that it takes a long time because we have had many multiple experience and many lives. We've been reborn many times. And the play of the play of life many times. So we all the time forget ourselves. We all the time forget ourselves, not for long. Yeah? People forget themselves and they suffer. Because the forgetfulness of self brings about suffering. But they always, because they are not seeing clearly, so they always blame something else, the reason why they are unhappy. So, the explanation or the trying to find the self by all this tribulation, wrong thinking, wrong analysis, go on forever. And we cannot stop searching, and we cannot stop the suffering and stop searching. Why? Because the self always has been there and we know it. Yeah? Swami, who's Swami? Which Swami? All the same, the gurus say that it is closer to you than your own breath. I mean, the self is there, God is there, all the time, closer to you. But you always look for something else, somewhere else. Very difficult to look within, very difficult to realize the self. So, yoga comes in with the method, yoga and Vedanta. So to answer the question, who am I? You cannot answer straight. See, the question of who am I? Because you answer straight, then you would be describing yourself from the outside quality of yourself. I'm a male, I'm a female, I'm 30 years old, I'm 40 years old, I am a son of somebody, I am a professional yoga teacher, I am a cook, I am Indian, I am a Vietnamese, I am a Japanese, I am a Californian from Long Beach. Huh? And left-handed. So all the characteristics you will answer. If you say, who am I? And you answer, always something that is not really, truly who you are. It is the external qualities of yourself that are changing, that are not who you are. Because you say your age is constantly changing. You say your appearance is changing. Your profession is changing. Yeah. You said your family, you are the son of so, daughter of such, but you know the father and the mother will not live forever. They also disappear. And then you say, I'm son of X somebody or disease somebody. Until how long? Yeah. And I'm wife of, I'm husband of. All these things is not permanent. It's relative. It exists sometimes. We do not say it doesn't exist because that's your truth, that's your karma at this moment. So you can say like this, in the normal conversation, you can say, I am so-and-so, you know. And you can describe the so-and-so. So I can say like this, you know, I'm from Vietnam. I am almost, how much, how old? Almost. I am 69 years old, almost 70. And I have been at the yoga farm for 27 years. I feel old. You can say all these things because we live in this relative world. We have to, you know, position ourselves and communicate more or less. But in the back of the mind, you have to know that all these are not a relative, are temporary, are not truly yourself. I say I'm Vietnamese is completely wrong because I'm not. Truly I'm not. Not just say in terms of words, right? Because, you know, a long time I lived somewhere else. So I'm not that anymore, or whatever that I think that is Vietnamese. I'm not American either. I live here, eat this food long time, but the food here come from somewhere else. So, but I don't live in USA. I live in California. I don't live in California. I live in an ashram. You see, so it's always relative, always something you say, but it's not exactly the truth. So you can go on describing, and it's changing, and other people are changing, and everything is changing, and you feel very insecure because everything is changing. So the idea is, when you are not feeling very secure because you don't know yourself, then it creates some kind of anxiety and some kind of suffering, because you respond to that and you would take action. If you don't know who you are, you would take action, and it might lead you to more feeling of being more lost. So eventually you would realize that you need to take a little time to answer that question for your own sake, so that you can feel stronger, healthier, happier, that you have better relationship with other people. Because the moment you know who you are, you have better relationship with other people, and you can help other people also to see and to know who they are, so the world will be a better place. So the question, who am I, is quite fundamental and quite important. We don't ask ourselves question, but it's quite important to, it's one of the technique in Vedanta, to do self-inquiry by asking the question, who am I, and know the answer. So like I said, you cannot really answer straight. Yeah? Who am I? Then you cannot, you would do, but it's not going to be the right answer. Because you give the qualities of yourself that are not exactly the truth. I say I'm a female. It's not true neither, because, I don't think I'm female or male, so then when I travel, people don't know I'm a male or female. It happened many times, so then I know. I don't know why traveling will bring this about, I don't know. But they say Mister, and then they don't let me go to the toilet, the female. They run after me to stop me. Or something like that. And it's not really the truth. Yeah? Your age, you say already, it's not really the truth, because it changes all the time. Your race is not exactly the truth. Yeah? So people always say, I'm American, but I come from 2/3 Scotland and 1/3 maybe Finland, and then I have a little bit of a Asian, and then you can go and try to describe yourself in terms of race. Okay? So the idea is, you cannot give the answer straightforward. So it takes a little work to answer the question of who am I. So Vedanta philosophy says, you don't know who you are, but you know what you are not. You don't know who you are, really. The moment you say something that you are, you know it is who you are not. See? Like I just went through the list. I am not my gender. I am not my race. I am not my age. I am not my appearance. am not my profession. I am not my family. I am not my bank account. I am not, unless you become very attached to something, then you say, yes, I am that. See? So the way how to think about who am I is that way. It's one of the way. There's many methods, but one of the way is to reject the idea that you are something temporary that is not who you really are. So you say, I'm not. So when you say you are not, then what remains is, if you keep rejecting all these ideas that come to your mind of who you are, then what remains is who you are. But you cannot really go on and describe it. Because you describe it, then you are not that. So the idea is you have to keep letting go all these labels, all these ideas, all these attachments of who you are, and then enjoy yourself. Because the self, yourself, is always there. The I am is always present. The I am is always perfect. The I am, the truth of who am I, is always there. So the Vedanta philosophy, sometimes we call yoga philosophy, gave 3 words to describe the truth of who am I. So the first word, it says, the 3 Sanskrit terms is Satchidananda. Satchidananda is who am I. Yeah? So Sat means existence, but existence absolute. Existence absolute means the who am I always there. Never come, never go, never been born, and never get destroyed. So you imagine you are something that all the time exists. So when you feel insecure about who you are, or you feel fearful of death, or you are fearful of age, or you are fearful because of your instinct of survival kicked in, you did not really see properly who you are. You see this superimposed idea of who you are. But in truth, you are existence, absolute. So you are free. Existence absolute means you are unlimited. You are free. You can connect maybe to that idea of freedom. Because the moment that you feel that you are not free, you feel very unhappy. You feel agitated. Yeah? You feel that you lose your freedom and you are not free. So everyone is looking for that freedom. Because that freedom unlimited is the who you are. And then you can say, Chit Anand, Chit is you can say knowledge or consciousness, absolute. That means there's nothing that I do not know. Yeah, but very often time, we are confronted to the idea that I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know this, and you feel very small when you don't know something. And sometimes you have to fight with the people to show that you know. But you are knowledge absolute. You are consciousness. You are the source of all knowledge. So that's manifested with the idea, by the idea that you feel inside of you that you know. And if you allowed your mind, if you don't allow your mind to come and occupy and block this inner knowledge, then actually you know. You know more than you think you know. Okay? If you have faith and you are calm and you have faith and you keep yourself calm, then a lot of answers come to you. You're supposed to say, uh-huh. Because the knowledge comes from within. Okay? Knowledge comes from within. So, when the mind is very loud, yeah, arguing, proving, because you doubt the existence of the self that is knowledge absolute. So you try to prove something. But if you keep quiet, you turn within, you do the right kind of meditation, then you know a lot of things. Ananda. Ananda means bliss. Satchidananda, bliss. Bliss, absolute. So, bliss absolute means also love absolute. Because in the situation of complete love or unconditional love or love, you are experiencing happiness, absolute. That means it doesn't come, it doesn't go, it's not afraid of losing, yeah? There's no fear involved. So that you can imagine the situation when you are completely in bliss, no frustration. You can be at the place, you remember who you are, then you are happy, fulfilled in all conditions. You are in a situation where you are in agreement with everything that you feel from inside, everything that you see or you perceive outside. In fact, there is no in and there is no out. There is only one state of being that is fulfilled. You imagine? Because if you live in duality, there's always something missing. You're here and you want to be there. You go there and you want to be here. Right? So always like this. Something missing. But the fulfillment, the bliss, or the unity, absolute, gives you this sense of being, eternal being, oneness, we said, or being in love, if you want, but all the time, in all conditions. You imagine? So this is who you are. So it takes a little work, it takes a little thinking. Yeah? So if you say something and then you are afraid to lose it, I am this, and you're afraid to lose it, and you have to take so much time to describe it, it is not it. Yeah? So that's why they say is to somehow to get yourself to the place of here and now. If you can be in the here and now, that means eternal. Now means eternal time. Here is like everywhere. If you are in the situation, if you can be in that moment of here and now, beyond all description, then you are very close to the self, or the self is right there. To say that you're very close to the self is not correct, because the self is always there. But when you are in the situation of here and now, your mind is not acting, then you are there. Yeah? The moment you start to describe it, the here and now disappear. That feeling disappear because you have to use your brain to try to describe it. Then you lose that moment. Then it's not it. So that's why you can communicate that only in silence. So the yogis, they keep silence, they keep quiet, they keep silence. I met yogis like this that stay, long time in a Himalaya cave in silence. They don't meet anybody, they don't want anything, all the time in the snow. And they're not depressed, when they live alone. They have nothing to eat, nothing to enjoy, no entertainment. And yet they are very shining, they are happy. So they must be happy because of something else. They must be happy not because something external, but because something that they feel inside. That feed them with prana, of joy, of love and bliss. So we can be like this too. We have to, with the methodology of yoga and self-inquiry, you can peel the onion. You have to peel all these layers, all these veils. You have to keep the mind very calm. You see, the ideas always go back to the mind. You have to keep the mind very calm, very one-pointed and very calm, for you to have a chance to see anything. And then your intellect becomes sharp, because if the mind is agitated, the emotions is agitating, you cannot see anything. You're in a stormy place. So you have to keep the mind very focused, very calm, the intellect very sharp. Then you can do self-inquiry. If you have the habit to do so, then it doesn't take you a long time. You don't have to go through and, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this. Because you jump very quickly. Instead of I am not this, I'm not this, you jump very quickly. You pass through all this very quickly, and you come to the I am. See? It takes time only when you are doing the work, when you are still very much in illusion, so you have to go and struggle with yourself. But once you know it, it doesn't take time. You can be in that state of beingness. And then we said that you can lose balance, because sometimes things come and this, that, but not too much. You lose balance a little bit, and then you regain your sense of self right away. So the scriptures say that you can spend your time contemplating on that self forever and ever. Yeah? you contemplate on the self, or you can say that you enjoy, you immerse yourself in the self and you enjoy yourself. You spend the time to enjoy yourself. Imagine. So one yogi I met, he said like this. He said, the story, he was a young person going to school. And one day he was sleeping, and he's kind of in a state of dreaming. Then he saw somebody sitting on his chest. Then when he looked, then he realized that this young yogi is himself. So in that state of sleeping, somehow he realized, he remembered himself from past life or something. He remembered he was a yogi. So he became numb, then he's not talking anymore, he cannot eat anymore. The family think that something is wrong with him, so bring him to the doctor, the hospital. And then very soon after that, he left home and he went to the monastery. Then he became a Swami. Because he said to me, I realize. And then he stayed in the cave, long time, not talking to anybody. And then he said, I realize that I spend my life to please other people. And now I want to not losing a moment so I can enjoy myself. So this is it. They say you would spend your time enjoying yourself. Hari Om Tat Sat. So I hope it helped you. There's a little bit complicated answer of the question, who am I? But something to contemplate about. Okay? Who am I? Is it any question? Is there any question? So this is the ending. It's never end. In ashram life, it's never end. Yeah? But it's officially it's a satsang that ends the 1 week of celebration of the 50 years anniversary celebration of the ashram here. Yeah? So the teaching is eternal, the ashram is only 50 years, and we make a big deal. The teaching is thousands of years old, is eternal. We try to talk about something eternal, and we are making big fuss about 50 years. But for America, 50 years is a big deal. We are one of the oldest ashram in America. It's like a big deal, but it's like a baby, It's like a baby, saying, I'm 1 year and a half, It's like this, You can see ashram in India or, they are much, much longer, temples and like thousands of years and, Here I have we built the Krishna temple here, how many years now? Yeah, maybe 25 years. Maybe 25 years, big deal. Yeah? 25 years, the Krishna temple. The ashram here, 50 years. But really, it's nothing much. So, what is the eternal knowledge? So we pray, this ending lecture, we pray that the teaching continue, that more and more people get enlightened, more and more people recognize themselves, more and more people, is free from suffering and giving the knowledge to other people. And the more this very precious knowledge is spread out, yeah, and bring about a better world. Okay? So we pray for you all to be able to come as much as you want to share into this space, because the knowledge is in the space. All this chanting, mantra is in the space, all the prayers, and the Shakti of the founder is there, and that create the seed, plant the seed, and then that's how this yoga hall come about, and then this, attracted the people that come and help. Yeah, it's because of that conviction, I believe, yeah, of this teaching that can help humanity. So we pray that the sprout or the seed keep growing big and then become a big tree, yeah, banyan tree, a big tree. So under which people can come and have some shade and find themselves. Hare Om Tat Sat. So thank you very much. Om